Welcome back. It's time for us to finish off our final chapter 3. So we obviously need to start it up with Primrose here. So well met traveller, what can I do ye for? Hear a tale, Primrose, chapter 3. Heeding the words of the dying crow. I don't remember this. Oh wait, no. Yeah, the dying crow is the guy. I thought there was an actual crow and I was very confused. I was like, I don't remember an actual bird in all of this. That's what they're called. You have come home to Noble Court, where you hope to find the truth that has eluded you for so long. The story so far. In the town of Stillsnow, Primrose got her first taste of revenge. There she struck down the left wing of the crow, driving the dagger, engraved with her father's and her family's words into his breast. We covered that. Faith shall be your shield. The words had served her well. Now, two remain, the man with the mark on his right arm, and the foulest bird of all, with the mark on his neck. Go home to Noble Court, she was told. There you will find the truth you seek. But will this truth bring her peace or further pain? And so, after too many years, Primrose comes home.
Oh my.
How long has it been? When I left, I thought I would never return to this place. The crow said I would find the truth here. But what truth was he speaking of? Two more men bearing the mark of that foul bird. My search continues here. Look, that young lady. Is that not Lady Primrose?
No.
You're seeing things, friend. House Azelhart is nothing but a memory now. Right, of course. No need to track up old ghosts. There's plenty enough going on in the present. Just look. What's happening over there? Someone's dead. Murder. Murder most foul. Darling, please, open your eyes. No. Say it is not so. It is so. Crying shame, that. And just as his business was starting to take off.
Just so.
Rumour has it he voiced displeasure with his lordship a bit too loudly, if you catch my meaning. That's why I keep my mouth shut, lest I end up dead on the street like the poor sod.
What?
A murder? A murder most foul in Noble Court of all places?
But...
When I was young, father in the City Watch saw that hardly a crime was committed here. Yeah, but then you're not here anymore. What? What has become of this place since I left? Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have. Move out of the way, you slack-jawed fools. We hereby express order of his lordship to inspect the scene. Now clear out, lest we tossed you in the jail for impeding the investigation.
How can
The
that...
Lord's own guardsmen are investigating the crime. Where's the City Watch?
Hey.
I know that man. He was one of Father's trusted friends. Rivino Forsyth, Lieutenant Commander of the City Watch. At least, he used to be. So he spared the wrath of the crows, at least. There's the crow. A raven from Stilsnow, sir. I fear the tidings are ill. Master Rufus is,
Oh?
So the left wing has been crippled. Why is he staring at the wall? What? It's like there's nothing there. Let's stare out the window. It was the Hazelheart girl that did the deed, you say? So she still lives after all. Huh. Guess we'll just have to do something about that. Mark my words, the Hazelheart line ends here.
Could it be?
Lady Primrose. Is it truly you, Lady Primrose?
Impossible.
I know that voice. Is there a butler? From a lifetime ago.
Primrose.
Do mine eyes see true? You have grown lovelier than I ever could have dreamed, Lady Primrose.
Simeon.
Where have you been all these years? Not here, that's for certain. You know I always wanted to run as fast and far as I could from this stuffy old town. So I set out on a journey across the realm. And yet, no matter how far I travelled, I could not escape from the pain of losing you.
Of course.
These days I make a living as a playwright of sorts. I pen dramas and tragedies for the stage. Always did have a way with words. I swore I would never return to this place. Then one day I felt an odd yearning. And no sooner do I arrive than I am united with you. Fate is a mysterious thing, is it not?
Primrose.
But enough about me. Where have you been all these years, my love? Yeah, about that. What do I even tell him? Revenge! Revenge! There is not a thing I can say without sullying his memories of me forever.
I'm sorry.
My apologies, that was too forward of me. You needn't say a thing. Besides, I can imagine all too well without hearing a word. Life has not been kind to you, and though you have grown all the more beautiful through the hardships, you no doubt suffered. It still pains me that you had to suffer them. Simeon's gentle words stirred something in Primrose, a feeling she had not felt in many years. For the first time in what seemed like forever, she felt, somewhere deep in her heart, a measure of peace. He's too kind to me. He always was.
Gah.
Oi! What are you two doing loitering about? That looks like a spot of trouble I'd just as soon avoid. Come, my lady. Let's find somewhere we can chat in private. Ah.
Seeing you again, it brings back so many memories. Memories of my childhood days in this town. I could never understand why my father was so strict with me. I was always running off to the gardens for a good cry.
And that was where I would find you. And find an excuse to shirk my duties as gardener's apprentice. I wanted nothing more than to spend time with you. To be a part of your world. Little lady, why do you cry so?
What? We couldn't help but be drawn to one another, like the bees drawn to the nectar of the fragrant blooms.
Bit dodgy.
You were always penning poems for me. Your words, your songs, gave me comfort and solace. In the darkest days after I lost Father, you would sing them for me over and over.
To tell the truth, Primrose, I left this town to search for you.
I like the fact he went off to search for her. The first time he comes back, it's like, oh, she's here. I could have just stayed here. Great.
I tried so many times to forget you. To accept that you were gone. Yet time and again, I found myself reciting the poems I had written you. Can you forgive me, Primrose?
No. Farewell.
There is nothing to forgive. It was all so very long ago. I, too, have moved on from those days. I have found my own reason to go on.
And when the moon waxes full and bright in dark heaven, and stars glitter worlds away from earthly sorrow, would that sleep hold you in her soft embrace. Then shall my eyes close, lips open in prayer, for it is only in dreams that we may meet again.
Nah, I don't like it.
Simeon.
And then there was silence. In that moment, there was nothing that words could convey.
Lady Primrose, I intend to remain in town for some time yet. I still have not forgiven myself, knowing that I could not do more for you. It tortures me to this day. If there is any way at all, in which I can be of service to you, my lady, you need only say the word.
Thank you, Simeon. Enough distractions. I must find the men marked by the crow. But where to begin?
With Simeon. He probably knows something. Everything's tied together in this game. Within their own stories, but not between the other stories. Which is strange.
So...
Who's this Simeon guy? Well, was he someone really special to you? Tressa, have you ever felt a special kinship to someone? Special kinship? You mean like aside from my family? I guess I never really thought about it. Trading's been my life since before I can remember. I kind of feel a connection with my customers when we make a good deal. Is that the same thing? Let me tell you something, Tressa. When something about a person resonates deep within you, it's the most wonderful feeling. Your heart is freed, your mind is opened, and you realize there's more to the world than you ever knew. But I wouldn't expect you to understand after all. You're still a little girl. Hey, you were calling little. So it's a bit rude. Triple dot.
A moment of your time.
May I be so bold as to pry? Huh? That man is very important to you, is he not? Why do you say that? 'Tis a conjecture based on how you both look at each other. Had you not chosen to live your life the way you do, I wonder if... You can stop right there, Professor. How I live my life is my affair, not yours. Yes, quite, I do apologize. I'd best be careful around him. He's sharper than he looks. What does he look like? Oh. Mr. Travel Banter.
Farewell.
Geoffrey, I will return.
What?
What's this? Are my eyes to be believed?
How could this...
My lady, are you... Jeffries? It's been too long, Master Forsyth.
Lady Primrose?
Too long indeed. We all knew you would grow to be a great beauty, but even still... I feel as though I am standing before a vision from the heavens. It brings me great joy to know you are well, my Lady Primrose. As it does me, to see you hale and hearty, Master Forsyth.
Thank the gods.
Hey, just stooped my back and blurred my eyes, but just seeing you before me, I thank the gods for blessing me with long life. You're only 35. Anyway, you flatter me over much, my good sir. I was just paying Geoffrey a visit, as I do from time to time. You should do the same, Lady Primrose. Let your father bask in your beauty as well.
No.
Yeah, alright then. I cannot face father, not yet. For that, there is something I must do. I am sorry to hear it, my lady. Where have you kept yourself all these years? There are many here who would have been more than happy to take you in.
The truth
I have been
is...
on a journey of sorts, if you must know the truth.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me, I had no idea you had suffered through such dark days. You did well to endure and return to us, Lady Primrose. I endured only because I must. I must learn the truth behind father's death. And have my revenge upon the bastards who took him from me. Master Forsyth, is there nothing you can tell me? There was a time when I, too, spared no effort in trying to unravel the secrets behind Lord Geoffrey's murder. A murder most foul. But in the end, I was left wishing I never had. Oh. Alright then. My lady, I urge you to tread lightly. This business will be the death of you, if you do not watch your back. I am ready for whatever may come.
I know what I must do.
Very well. Come with me, and I will tell you what I know.
Oh!
I'm back, Anna.
Oh?
I was wondering what was keeping you, dear. Pray tell, who is this beauty you brought with you?
It's not possible.
Lady Primrose? Aye, but I never... on so beautiful a woman grown. Pinch me, my dear. I must be dreaming. I thought the same myself. Now what say we share a cup of tea? Lovely, lovely. And so, from that dark day onward, the balance of power here in Noble Court shifted, and shifted dramatically. Under Lord Geoffrey's stewardship, House Azelhart was the most prominent of all the great families. Working closely with the City Watch, he took it upon himself to uphold the peace and keep the people happy. Crime of any sort was nigh unheard of. Oh, what happy days those were. Though those with a wont to do ill, okay, deeds might have found it a bit stifling. Wont to, right, but it matters little. Those times of peace and security are all but a dream now. In the chaos and disorder that followed the fall of House Azelhart, a group of men seized power. Bearing the mark of the crow, they called themselves the Obsidians. It's a stupid name. They began their operation pending illicit tinkages back when your father still lived. Peddling. Illicit tinkages back when your father still lived. It's like, that didn't make sense. Anyway, working in the shadows, just out of sight of Geoffrey's watchful eye, they made one shady deal after the next, filling their coffers and making powerful friends. Swayed by the influence of their coin, countless once lawful men cast their lot with these villains, and the ones that didn't. Captain Albus commanded the City Watch in those days. Maybe you remember him. He was Lord Geoffrey's right hand, and the most just and honourable man I've ever been privileged to know. It's Olberic! Unfortunately, his code of honour put him at odds with the Obsidians, and so they took action. Murdered. Like my father.
And then...
Absent his leadership, the City Watch collapsed and the Obsidians seized power with the greatest of ease. I spent years trying to follow the trail of corruption, to find who it led to, where the blood money flowed. In the end, I found that I was up against an opponent too evil. I faced innumerable threats to my own life. Two of my cohorts from the Watch, who worked tirelessly to help me try to track down the truth, were murdered in cold blood. Honor and justice are long dead here, never to return. I am an old man now, and I grow weary of this battle. I am but a minor landowner. I was going to say lawnmower. I'm a minor lawnmower. Anyway, I am a minor landowner, serious, with no influence of which to speak. All I can do is bring flowers to Geoffrey's grave, like a good lawnmower would.
Lady Primrose?
There is nothing more I can do for him, or for you, and so I beg of you, Lady Primrose, leave this place, and never come back. Trust me, lady. Trust me, my lady, yep. Were your father here, he would say the same. I beg to differ, Master Forsyth. Were my father here, this is what he would say.
Faith shall be your shield.
Ooh. Mayhap you are right. Mayhap I have only twisted my memories of Geoffrey to ease my regret at my own cowardice. Forgive me, my lady. I do you a dishonour.
Now then.
I know where the Obsidians make their headquarters in town. I will take you there. Right, here we go. This is where the dungeon's gonna come in.
Lady Primrose.
I will wait for you here, my lady. Pray tell me whenever you are ready to depart. Right, so I'm assuming that's going to send us off to the actual dungeon. So I'm going to end this part here. And in the next part, I will have probably done some leveling up. I would have met Sarah once again. And we'll be ready for taking on the Obsidians. Something like that. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen in between the parts. It's going to be like a week and a bit for me. So we shall see in the next part. Ta-ta for now.